In May 2025, a high-stakes meeting took place in the Oval Office between South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and US President Donald Trump. This wasn't just a diplomatic visit, it was a dramatic confrontation that sparked global headlines and raised questions about South Africa's future on the world stage. Today, we explore what happened in that meeting and its impact on South Africa's economy, politics, and international relations. South Africa and the Ramaphosa-Trump meeting, a turning point? South Africa, a nation of vibrant diversity and complex history, has been a beacon of democratic progress since the end of apartheid in 1994. Under President Cyril Ramaphosa, the country has sought to balance economic growth, social equity, and global partnerships. But in recent years, tensions with the United States, its second-largest trading partner, have strained this progress. On May 21, 2025, Ramaphosa arrived in Washington, D.C., hoping to reset U.S.-South Africa relations. The stakes were high. Trump had cut foreign aid, expelled South Africa's ambassador, and granted refugee status to 59 white Afrikaners, citing unfounded claims of a white genocide in South Africa. Ramaphosa's goal? To focus on trade and investment, sidestepping divisive racial narratives. The meeting started cordially, with Ramaphosa bringing South African golfers Ernie Els and Retief Goosen, alongside billionaire Johan Rupert, to appeal to Trump's love for golf and business. But the mood shifted when Trump dimmed the lights and played a 5-minute video montage. The footage featured opposition politician Julius Malema singing "Kill the Boer," a controversial anti-apartheid song, and images of crosses falsely claimed to be graves of murdered white farmers. Trump insisted that white farmers in South Africa were being systematically targeted, echoing a fringe conspiracy theory amplified by figures like Elon Musk, who was present at the meeting. Ramaphosa, staying calm, countered that crime in South Africa affects all communities, with the majority of victims being black. He emphasized that the video did not reflect government policy, and that his coalition works to marginalize such rhetoric. Let's look at the facts. South Africa has one of the highest murder rates globally, with 26,232 murders in 2024, but only 44 were linked to farming communities, and just 8 victims were farmers. Most victims are black, reflecting the country's demographics, not a targeted genocide. Ramaphosa's delegation, including his white agriculture minister John Steenhuisen, stressed that crime is a broader issue, not a racial one. Back in South Africa, reactions were mixed. Some praised Ramaphosa's composure, noting he avoided the fate of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, whose earlier meeting with Trump ended in a public spat. Others, like Johannesburg resident Sobolo Motha, questioned the trip's value, arguing South Africa shouldn't have to defend itself against baseless claims. Economically, the meeting had potential but fell short. Ramaphosa pitched a trade and investment framework, including U.S. liquefied natural gas exports and critical minerals deals. South Africa also offered a workaround for Elon Musk's Starlink to operate, despite prior disputes over black ownership laws. Yet Trump's focus on racial grievances overshadowed these discussions, and no concrete trade deal was announced. Politically, the meeting fueled domestic debates. South Africa's land reform law, signed in January 2025, aims to address historical inequalities from apartheid, when white Afrikaners controlled most land. While no expropriations have occurred, Trump's narrative amplified fears among some white South Africans, already vocalized by groups like AfriForum. Meanwhile, far-left critics slammed Ramaphosa for bringing white elites to the meeting, questioning his strategy. Internationally, the meeting highlighted South Africa's delicate balancing act. As the incoming G20 president in November 2025, South Africa aims to showcase its leadership. But Trump's refusal to confirm attendance and ongoing U.S. tariffs threaten economic stability. Ramaphosa's calm diplomacy may have preserved some goodwill, but it didn't erase the shadow of Trump's public ambush. So what's the impact? The Ramaphosa-Trump meeting exposed deep misunderstandings but also showcased South Africa's resilience. Ramaphosa's team walked away without a trade breakthrough, but they reinforced South Africa's commitment to truth and unity. The nation faces challenges, crime, inequality, and global skepticism. but its story is one of progress against the odds. As South Africa prepares to host the world at the G20, the focus remains on building a stronger, more inclusive future. The Oval Office drama was a moment, not a movement. South Africa's path forward lies in its people, its potential, and its unwavering resolve. Thanks for watching. For more on South Africa's journey, subscribe and stay tuned. Sources: NPR, Reuters, The New York Times, BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN, AP News, May 21 to 23, 2025.